Hi, I'm Mark Gibbs with the Great Outdoors Nursery in Austin, Texas, and we wanted to get you up to speed on how you can work with your Christmas cactus if you've got some and you'd like to get it into a cycle of bloom that you have more control over. This method will usually take about 8 to 12 weeks, so if you get started early enough in the fall, you could have it in bloom for Christmas. The ones you see right here with us right now have already had these little tricks done to them. And you actually see there are a series available later on toward Easter where it's the same kind of thing. These little tips we're going to give you, that's what the growers do to get these guys in cycle. So there's a couple of important things to remember. One is, believe it or not, to help them get to bloom better, you want to put them in a cooler location, a 55 to 60 degrees. So as we're going into the fall, some of our nighttime temps are perfect for that, but the daytime temps are still going to get warm. So if you've got a spot that's a little bit cooler, that's going to help. And again, you're going to want that for the duration, for the 24-hour period for these cycles you want. The secondary thing that you're going to do is you're going to get it on a 12 to 14 hours of darkness cycle. Again, those two things sound counterintuitive. Cool, dark, 12 to 14 hours. Those two tricks actually get the plant to go into the bud phase. So you can see this little guy here. Once you've got him going into cycle, during that time you'll use something that's got a high middle number on the ratio for the fertilizer. I'm showing the tiger bloom here, but that 8 is going to stimulate that root system and give you some good bud production. So over that 6 to 8 week period, you're going to see these little guys start to form, okay? You're still going to keep it in that darker, cooler light cycle and temperature cycle. That's going to get you a heavier bud set. And then the next little trick you want to do is really watch out on the watering. They are in that succulent cacti clan, so they're going to want to dry out. And my grandmother had one in a room that she kept closed. It was always chilly. It got the perfect amount of darkness, and she'd forget about watering that thing. It was in a huge bowl. It would be like draping down, looked like it was about to croak over the side of the bowl. She'd go in there and maybe water it every couple of weeks, but it had thousands of blooms on it every Christmas. So it's hard to see the plant get that stressed, but that stress also spurs the heavier flower set. It's thinking it's going to be dying, so it's going to give you more flowers because it knows it's got to reproduce. So that's 3 little tricks you can try there. You want to have a cactus or succulent soil again, because if you tend to be a nurturer or you've gotten it too wet, you need something that's going to evaporate and get it back to that dry cycle. So don't use a potting soil. Try to use a cactus or succulent blend so you get the drainage and you get the evaporation balanced out and you don't have wet feet on the plant. So again, 12 to 14 hours of darkness, 55 to 60 degrees, and then let it dry out thoroughly before your water cycles. And about every other water cycle, come in with a high phosphorus fertilizer, and that's going to stimulate a nice good bud set. When you do use the fertilizer, it's better to do it a little bit weaker on the ratio, since again, technically the metabolism of the plant is a lot slower, so it doesn't need a full impact of a rich, heavy blend. The ratio is going to be the stimulant, not as much the excess. So that's why you don't need to do it every single time you water, but maybe once in between the waterings. So give that a shot and let us know your results. There are some stunning colors out there, as you can see. Some of these guys are still in the bud set phase. Some are starting to bloom, but you can see how beautiful they are and how this grower really has that cycle down to get this heavy bud and the intense colors that you're getting also from the nutrition. So if you have any questions or you want to get one of these guys and keep it in cycle, those are some tricks to remember to help it bloom longer and stay happier. And the next season, you can kick in a little earlier, maybe toward late September into October, start it on early, and wait and see your results. You'll be very happy. Again, have any questions, let us know at The Great Outdoors.